At the funeral of the twin sisters, a strange man appeared and poured some kind of liquid into their mouths. What happened next will shock everyone. The sky had grown darker over the last hour, but Marta barely noticed. Her hands rested on her lap, fingers twisting a faded blue ribbon, the only thing left from her childhood that felt like hers. She wasn't one to cry often, but this evening, her heart felt heavier than it had since she could remember. Weston hadn't come home again. Not that it was surprising anymore, but the emptiness gnawed at her differently tonight. For months, whispers in the village had tickled her ears whenever she went to the market or fetched water from the well. They weren't just about Weston's absence, they were about his presence elsewhere. "He's been seen with the widow in Rivertown," one of the neighbors had murmured to another, loud enough for Marta to hear. And not just once or twice. Marta tightened her grip on the ribbon, her nails digging into her palms. She couldn't blame the widow, not really. It wasn't her fault that Weston never truly loved her. Marta had known it all along, even on their wedding day, but she had hoped, oh, how she had hoped, that things would change. "He'll see what kind of wife I am," she had told herself back then. "He'll realize he doesn't need anything else." And for a short while, she thought it might be true. She cooked his favorite meals, kept the house spotless, even took up fishing just to spend time with him. Yet his love remained elusive, as slippery as the trout in the streams he frequented. The marriage, in truth, had always been lopsided. Marta was 20 when she'd finally dared to confess her feelings to Weston, a man 15 years her senior. He had looked at her with something between surprise and amusement, as if she were a child declaring she'd discovered a secret about the world. Still, he had accepted her offer, and soon after, they were wed. In the early days, she convinced herself that his quietness was just his way of loving. He wasn't a man of words, but surely his actions meant something. When he sat by the fire, cleaning his hunting knives, and she brought him tea, wasn't that a shared moment? When they worked side by side in the vegetable garden, didn't that mean they were building something together? But the nights in their small home told a different story. Marta would lie awake, staring at the wooden beams overhead, while Weston slept soundly beside